Sue will be giving us her drush today.
Portion I'll be reading about Pinchas, also Phineas, meaning dark-skinned or a boy's name. Adonai said to Moshe, Pinchas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aharon, the Kohen, has deflected my anger from the people of Israel by being as zealous as I am, so that I didn't destroy them in my own zeal. Therefore say, I am giving him my covenant of shalom, making a covenant with him and his descendants after him, that the office of Kohen will be theirs forever. This is because he was zealous on behalf of his God and made atonement for the people of Israel. Adonai also said to Moshe and Eleazar, the son of Aharon the Kohen, take a census of the entire assembly of the people of Israel, 20 years old and over, by their ancestral clans, all who are subject to military service in Israel. Moshe and Eleazar the Kohen spoke with them on the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho, explaining, those 20 years old and over who came out of the land of Egypt as Adonai ordered Moshe and the people of Israel. In this way, the families and the tribes of Israel were named and their numbers counted up, including my tribe of Dan and the tribe of Naphtali, that both my grandfather's ancestors were from. Adonai also instructed Moshe to give an order to the people about offerings such as grain, burnt offerings, and drink offerings, in addition to rules for Shabbat, Rosh Hodesh, and the feasts of Pesach, Shavuot, and the festival of Sukkot. In the Haftorah portion, chapter 1, starting with verse 5, Adonai says to Jeremiah, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I separated you for myself. I have appointed you to be a prophet to the nations. We have been chosen for this unique movement also. It was during a Messianic Sukkot festival that I saw unique tribal dances accompanied by a pervasive drumbeat. It was a very spiritual celebration, and I believe everyone there felt it. I even saw someone bow down. I happened to choose that night to return for the first time in a while. Hearing the awesome and powerful music and singing and seeing the dancing and the elaborate costumes made me realize what had been right in front of me my entire life. I had grown up in New York and then outside D.C., two melting pots of different cultures. I found it enviable how the different groups had their support networks and each had their own customs, food, music, dances, holidays, languages, etc. I had taken my heritage for granted and know I'm not alone in this. It has been very rewarding for me to go back to my roots and also exploring the fullness of the entire Bible. Recently, I was compelled to research my family names, and that's how I discovered that I'm from the lost tribe of Naphtali, who was connected to Joshua. These people were blessed because they were obedient to God, which was pleasing to him. They were not the leaders like the Kohens and Levites, though. Their symbol is a gazelle, a deer-like animal. I now consider this when I come upon the plentiful deer in my neighborhood and even sometimes see them up the hill from my window and when I'm first opening the blinds in the morning. It is symbolic for me now and another indication of how our lives are circular. It is gratifying to learn from and be surrounded by people who come alongside people from my heritage and don't take the lifestyle for granted. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.